Yo, what's going on, guys? I ain't see y'all standing there. What's happening? I'm Josue from Josue's Exotics. If you do not know, we like to make videos about our reptiles and amphibians. And today, I just gotta let you guys know, we went to Repticon over the weekend and we got some new animals for you guys. So today is going to be a special video. We're going to be doing an enclosure build for the new pets. So you gotta stay tuned all the way to the end to see the unveiling of the new species for this particular video. There's gonna be 2 or 3 down here in the future, so make sure you guys stay tuned to those as well. And if you want to see similar content like this, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It definitely helps out with the algorithm and everything else, man. So let's get started. So join me outside here now. I got to show you guys what we're going to be using. This is going to be PVC enclosure. So we got some 4x8 sheets of PVC right here. We're going to be using this. We're going to cut this down, get it to size, and then I'll show you how we're going to get everything together with this new enclosure. It's going to be pretty big. I think we're going to do a 4x4x2, 4 feet long, 4 feet tall, and 2 feet in depth maybe. I think that'll be big enough for this species, and we're going to do a lot of other cool stuff to it. So make sure you guys stay tuned to this video, man. It's going to be awesome. All right, guys, so we are back and we are done cutting some of the boards here. So let me flip you around. So this is going to be the front plate here, and what I decided to do is go ahead and start working on the openings for this. I want to do 2 openings because it's going to be a double door opening style kind of deal we got here. So that's going to be the first thing, is go ahead and draw this out, make sure it's even on both sides. And then we'll make the doors for that a little bit later. All right, guys, so we finished the front plate here. We got our windows already cut out and everything. We're gonna make those in just a second. But I want to tell you all the stuff that's mentioned in this video, got links down in the description. You guys check that stuff out, because all these tools and everything is gonna help to make this project the best that you can do. So start things off, let me go ahead and grab you guys off the thing here. We can start out with corner clamps. Corner clamps is extremely important. I can't even mention it, man. But that helped me to hold these sides together, so make sure all that's good and even. And then I also have a square here. The square that won't focus now, but now we got it, is very essential to another part we're going to do. So to drill the pilot holes, I marked how half the length is on this, and then we took our mark and go all the way down, so that way we can drill our pilot holes. So next step is we got to put some more screws in here, flip it upside down, do the bottom, and then we'll be good in that note. All right, so we are going to finish up this enclosure build for the new reptile. I just want to give you guys a little bit of an update of what we got going on here. And these are the doors that I built for the enclosure. As you can see, we got 3 hinges going up the sides here on each side. We have our locking devices here and here. And these things are secure with L brackets on the inside and the outside. The outside's on the back, so this enclosure is almost done. The next couple things that we got to do is take all these sticks that you see down here at the bottom. We're going to drill holes through them, and we're going to mount them on the background here, so that way we can give our animal a whole lot of climbing space and places to climb. So that's the first thing we're going to do. And then the next thing we got to do is, this enclosure doesn't have any lights yet on the top. Sorry, my camera's a little fuzzing in and out, but it has no lights yet. So we got to get some lights put on there. I'm going to frame that out, and I'm going to frame the inside with some wood to cover up the hardware cloth, so we don't have any hurt reptiles or anything. And we're going to put our light directly on top of that. So I might do it on both sides as well, just to make it look a little bit better, but we'll see how it goes. So let's go ahead and get started with that. I'll get you guys set up, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. So we got our square all finished here. Let me not say that. The square is now finished and it looks great. I got it all measured up how I like. So next we got to do a little test fit. See if our light will fit in there perfectly or not, like how I want it. I think that's going to work out pretty nice. So just a tad bit bigger than the actual light there, because I don't want to have a lot of extra space just open up here. I want to keep everything pretty enclosed up here except for the front. But let's go ahead and get started cutting this thing out. I'm going to be using a circular saw. I'm pretty nifty with this guy here. Not anything fancy. This is just one I picked up from Harbor Freight a little while ago. It's got a pretty nice blade on it, I would say myself. Has done a lot of cutting for me recently, and may have to be getting a new one soon, but I think it's going to work out pretty nice. All right, so got my protective gear and eye mask on. What's happening, y'all? We're gonna go ahead and cut this guy on out. So we got our frame pretty much cut out here for the light. It's being held on by a couple little small pieces. So we're going to use our oscillating tool here to finish the job on out. So we got our 2 pieces drawn right here. This is going to be our 9-inch section. This is going to be the 13-inch section. So these are a little bit over 5 inches wide. So I'm going to cut them this way first, and then I'm going to cut them this way to make our 2 separate pieces that we need out of it and have a little bit extra on the end. So good thing I keep around a little bit of extra little boards to do stuff like this to really bring up the aesthetic of the project. You know what I mean? So be back. 3, 2, 1. So while we're waiting on the stain to finish doing this whole process over there, I decided to go ahead and get started on cutting out the screen for the enclosure here. So this is hardware cloth. You can buy this at any of your local hardware stores. It's going to be like around where your chicken wire area is. And this is a pretty good material to use for this kind of project or how we're using it. And it has all these little squares. They're pretty good little increments, and I already measured them, and they're about 2 squares about a 1/2 inch, so 4 squares is almost 1 inch. You need to have obviously a ruler to make sure to verify that, because you always want to measure twice, cut once, and some metal shears. You can use cutoff wheels and other things like that as well, but this is the easiest thing for me because I don't feel like getting all that plugged up and we just snip. Compared to all the snipping we have to do now. If this was a whole wire fence, then you know that might be quicker, but this is pretty easy here. So we're going to use about a 1/2 inch overlap on all sides for this enclosure build. So that is about, like I said, 2 squares, and we're already in a square, so that helps us to line it up a little easier as well. So we need to cut it right here. So we got our square cut out and everything. So now we got to get inside like so. And I got a electronic stapler, but I mean, you can get a hand stapler. It all works just the same. And we can go ahead and position our screen here how we want it. And we're going to put our first staple in to get them in place. All right, so let me get you guys back here a little bit. We got everything done, and the next thing is we need to set up the actual enclosure for the animal. So these closures are pretty universal for a lot of different things, but you got to outfit it to your specific needs. So obviously we're getting something arboreal because we were working with a 4-foot tall enclosure here, and we need to get in a good basking spot because most reptiles like basking spots. And this particular creature needs one to be around 96, 97 degrees. So I got this cork bark here from Repticon. I went over the weekend to pick up this creature actually. So it was a pretty good deal, and I was like, you know what? We need to do something different on the channel and build us an enclosure. But I think we are cooking with Crisco. So now we just got to mount it up here. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Let me go ahead and do this, and I'll show you the finished product when we get done with this one and the other branches we're going to put on the background as well. So guys, this is day 3 of the PVC enclosure build. So make sure you check out those links down in the description as always to get a link to a lot of the stuff that I use in this video, from the tools, supplies, and everything else, man. But it's looking good. We got a pretty large water bowl in here. We're going to do a larger water feature here in the future when the animal gets a little bit bigger. And we're going to do something over there in that corner. That's why I kind of left it a little bit more empty. And then we got a little bit of greenery in the background. This guy comes from the mangroves and things, so I wanted to put a little bit more branches and things and make it a little bit more of an arboreal setup. And I'll definitely get some more branches here soon. I'll take you guys off the tripod and kind of take you in here to show you what we got going on. Open up our doors with our latches that are pretty tight. So we got our hot spot up here with our basket light over here on the left side, and then I also put an LED strip over on this side so we can get some good extra lighting in the cage as well. Like I said, water bowl and everything is down there. Tree branches all around. I definitely want to add more and more branches because when we add this water feature in here, it's going to look really, really good. So what everybody's been waiting on is the unveiling of the new species. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back, guys. Oh, sorry. So this, guys, is the mangrove monitor. This is what we're going to be keeping in the enclosure here. He's a beautiful little specimen. He's looking good. He's got a couple little problems, but these guys are wild, caught, imported in. So we got a little TLC we got to do with them, but I thought it'd be pretty cool to work with an actual lizard and have some more variation on the channel for you guys. I haven't handled him a lot since I got him because I've kind of been doing a little quarantine to see how he's been doing, get him fed and get him some weight on him. So we're going to go ahead and put him in his little enclosure here. So we got him in the cage here. I kind of want to let him explore and find things out for himself. This is a little guy here. Like I said, they're wild caught. They didn't have any captive bred ones. I would have definitely bought one of those, but I believe he's going to be a good addition to the family here on the channel. But I got him a couple little hides to put down here if he wants to go in there as well, just to give him somewhere else to hide at the bottom. But then I know they like to live in the trees and the mangrove areas. And he also has a pretty big hole inside of the basket area. He wants to get up there to that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the enclosure build for this whole video. It was super fun to make this video and super time consuming, but definitely worth it for my skill set that I learned in doing all this. And maybe in the future I can make some cages for you guys. If you want something, I can give you some prices on it, since I can kind of got a baseline now of what these things would cost to build for the different sizes and things. So appreciate you guys for watching the channel, and make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more similar content to this. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video.